Big story that we've been covering. The Justice Department's Civil Rights Division is investigating the fatal police shooting of Ohio Walmart shopper John Crawford III after a grand jury yesterday declined to indict the officer who killed Crawford. Grand jury members saw this surveillance video taken inside the suburban Dayton store. Crawford was shot while carrying a BB gun, which his family says, and the video shows, he had taken off a shelf at the store. Crawford can be seen walking around the store with the gun at his side. Police say Crawford was shot after refusing to obey commands to put the gun down. On the video, Crawford can be seen with the gun on his shoulder, but he is not seen pointing the BB gun at anyone, including police. And since there's no audio on the tape, it's not possible to confirm whether or not police ordered Crawford to put the gun down or when before he was killed. Prosecutors had declined to release the video previously, but did so after the grand jury made its decision. And joining me now is John Crawford Jr., the father of John Crawford III, and Michael Wright, the attorney representing the family. Mr. Crawford, sir, again, with apologies for your loss. Your reaction to the decision of this grand jury not to charge the officer with a crime?
My reaction was I was in total disbelief. Yes, ma'am. I was in total disbelief.
And beforehand, Michael, as the attorney, did you expect that this would result in an indictment based on having finally seen the surveillance video? Did you think that this would result in an indictment?
Well, we were hopeful that there would have been an indictment, but from the very beginning, we believed that this case was not handled properly. We believed that the special prosecutor was not going to do what needed to be done to receive an indictment on this case.
And Mr. Wright, did you have any communication with the special prosecutor? Did he talk to you beforehand or at all during the process of the grand jury?
We had very limited communication with the special prosecutor.
And this to you also, Mr. Wright. Has the prosecutor spoken with you and with the family after the fact, after the decision by the grand jury?
No, they have not. We have not heard from the prosecutor after the no true bill. We were kind of taken aback when the prosecutor came on TV and gave a press conference related to the no indictment. It was as if he was representing the police officers. I mean, from his press conference, he gave every reason why these officers should not have been indicted. And we're very concerned that that presentation was the same presentation that he gave to the grand jury during the course of this during the investigation.
And Mr. Crawford, did you feel at all through the process that either the police department, the prosecutors were handling your family with care?
No, frankly, I did not. Kind of piggybacking off of what Attorney Wright said, I felt as though it was not a prosecutorial type of setting. It was more that he was defending the police for the simple fact that pretty much every item mentioned was dealing more so with the police than my son.
He took a posture of defending the officers. It was very clear early on that he had a bias for these officers. The video is clear. Everyone in America can see that this kid was killed unjustly. I mean, there was no reason for them to shoot and kill this kid. You can see from the video that he didn't even turn towards the officers. He was doing nothing wrong when he was shot and killed. And it is amazing to us that there was not an indictment returned by the grand jury.
And Mr. Crawford, I've heard you read online a great deal of criticism of the other shopper, the person who called 911. Do you know anything more about why that person called 911? Have you heard anything from that person? Because that is what instigated this incident.
No, I have not heard anything else regarding the 911 caller.
Right. We do not know whether or not he's going to be prosecuted or if, in fact, he's been contacted at all subsequent to this grand jury.
Yeah, because is there any corroboration in the video you saw? I mean, we're just seeing a small snippet of it, Mr. Wright, that of what he said, because apparently the 911 caller was saying that John Crawford III was pointing the gun at people. Is there anything on that video that shows that? And if that's the case, is there some action that you've heard that even theoretically could be taken in that case?
Well, as you can see from the video, Mr. Crawford never pointed the BB gun at anyone. Never pointed at anyone. And you could, when they overlaid both of the screens, when the 911 caller was saying that he's pointing it at someone, that absolutely was false. The other lady who died in this incident was in the same aisle with John, and she didn't pay much attention. It is clear that this 911 caller either, for whatever reason, made up the story, but everything that he said turned out to be false.
Just very quickly,
in addition to he recanted.
The person recanted that made the 911 call.
That is correct.
Very
Ronald
quickly,
Ritchie recanted. He
I'm sorry. I wanted to ask just very quickly, Mr. Wright, do you plan any legal action in this case? Any further action on your part or on the part of the family?
Yes, right now we are still we're still doing investigation. We are interested in getting the file from the Bureau of Criminal Investigation, but we are looking into the next steps to take care of this family.
All right, and we will be certainly paying attention to the Justice Department investigation in this case. Thank you very much, John Crawford Jr., as well as Michael Wright. Thank you.